welcome back to another episode of Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality. Okay, so listen. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Hold on, let me check my mic. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Hold on, let me check it. See if I can be heard. Bentley, you and all your clickety clacketing. I cannot. I'm crazy. I'm gonna put you on your kennel. I'm gonna put you on your kennel. Okay. So it's working. Okay. So y'all, if y'all hear clickety clacketing. Because he won't let me be great. He won't. He won't let me be great. He needs to clickety clack. I can't. Anyway, again, welcome to Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality. So I wanted to come on here today because, oh Lord, because Kanye, oh Jesus, I can't. No, I'm not supposed to eat on my live, right? But look, I made some seafood pot pie. The truth. Thetruth.com. So Kanye's been in the news lately. Because he's been ranting on social media, particularly Twitter, and he's been saying all kinds of problematic, racist, ignorant things to his what? I think he has like 34 million followers on Twitter or something like that, or on one of those platforms. It's out of bounds. And there's so many people that I know or have met over the years that they're just kind of like, Kanye can't do no wrong in my life, in my world. And I'm like, yes, he can. You can't be that loyal to a person that don't even know you exist. Be clear. Well, I mean, you can. For some people, you know, they have obsessions with celebrities. And so it don't matter. They around here sodomizing children, beating on women. It don't matter. They can't do no wrong. Because they've decided that they can compartmentalize egregious acts like sexual assault and things like that. Which is why I have, well, I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. But anyway, I was watching this guy's channel earlier, and I thought he made some really good points. So let me go and find it. Let's see. Hopefully I can find it. Let me see. I know I should already have this together. I know. I'm sorry. No, that's not it. Yucky. Let's see if I can go to my history. I think it might be this one, but I'm not 100% sure. So. Okay. So go follow Maury on YouTube, because Maury on YouTube. Go hit all his buttons, like, subscribe, share, notifications, because I was listening to his commentary about Kanye, and I believe it was him If not, I might have it wrong. But anyway, we're gonna listen to it because I think he's spot on with Kanye. I just, I used to give Kanye passes because I'm kind of like, well, he did say that he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, right? Which drastically changes people's behavior. It's a marked change in their behavior. It's not what you see in the movies where it's just like, oh, someone's moody or someone is emotional about something. It's a market change in that person's behavior. So, for example, major depression is a part of bipolar disorder. I can't remember if it's part one, part two. I think it's part two. But, anyways, major depression is a part of it, right? So, the market change you would see in someone who is diagnosed with bipolar disorder would be if they're depressed, they go from being this lively person or whoever they normally were to I can't get out of bed, life's over for me. They can't see a purpose, and it impedes their growth. It impedes everything in their life. And like I said, the market changes. It's so far different than this person's normal behavior. And same thing with manic, MANIC, bipolar. But the mania part is also a market change. So you go from a normal person who comes home, works all day on his day of work, have fun with your family, cook dinner, do whatever the things are that you would normally do. And then suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere, this person is like came home with 5 different paint colors and they're going to paint each room different. They've started a new business. Um, they're making very, you know, terrible or poor decisions with money, like, oh, I'm just going to go to Vegas and blow all my savings. Um, they're overly, excited. They don't need much rest. It's like, oh, I need 2 or 3 hours and I'm out. I don't need much rest. But it's a market change in your behavior, right? Um, and then, like I said, it has to have every diagnosis has criteria that you have to meet to um, be diagnosed with a mental disorder or mental illness or whatever, right? So I used to try to give Kanye a pass because I'm like, I work with people who have bipolar disorder and schizophrenia and um, conduct disorder and oppositional defiance disorder, people who have schizoaffective disorder, and on and on and on, right? So because I'm a mental health professional, I'm not sure. I am not anyone's in this YouTube hemisphere. Go see your own doctor or your own therapist or whatever. I'm not that girl. I am for my clients, but not for you for the purposes of YouTube. Um, I'm not a psychiatrist. Let me put that out there. Okay, I'm a therapist. Vast difference. Really, the difference is you take a different test, um, and you're a doctor, right? You can prescribe medication. That's really the biggest difference. But anyways, um, so I used to want to give him a pass because I'm like, he said that he is bipolar and been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And then there are things that for someone with a trained eye, you can kind of see it's like, okay, this is different. And that's why I say it's a market change in that person's behavior and personality and things like that. So, when he goes on his rants or what people call his rants, I don't know, Kanye. Listen, I'm not his doctor or whatever. I don't know, but allegedly he's bipolar. But in my opinion, I can always kind of tell when he's not taking his medication. And see, that's a thing too. Like with people who have certain illnesses like bipolar disorder, they feel the most alive whenever they're either in when they're in not taking their medicine, especially if they're in mania. They feel extremely alive. Remember how I was saying earlier, it's like I can do anything. A lot of times they become promiscuous sexually. They just start doing things that normally they wouldn't do. So with Kanye, when you see him, going on TMZ or wherever it is his platform he's going on, talking about slavery is a choice, or that he almost, unalived North, his daughter. Um, Now he's talking about Jewish people, but I have a feeling that this isn't the first time he said something sideways and inappropriate about Jewish people. And you know, now he's like supposedly selling merch with the swastika. I don't know how to really say that word, but it's basically that symbol for the Nazis. He's allegedly selling merch for that. Um, Cussing people out on he's unstable to me. To me, his behavior in many cases it seems like psychosis, meaning you're not engaged in your right mind. You're not rational, you're probably paranoid, and all the other things that I named before. Running off and spending your life savings and Vegas, those types of things. That's why it's different than someone just having a a moody disposition because of something that they didn't get in their life or a situation that didn't work out for them or disappointment, whatever feels like. So, anyways, he's been on this rant on Twitter talking about Jewish people. It's so egregious. So I'm gonna share my screen with you guys so that we can listen to um, this content creator break it down. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can go watch the whole video on your own. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay. Let me see if I can share my screen. You let me know. You let me know. Okay. Sidebar. With everything that's going on with Kanye West, I'm pretty sure Diddy's in prison. Like, thank Jesus. And Jay-Z too. All of the big names right now that are under scrutiny, they probably like, thank you, Kanye. Like, because I need a moment. But we're not taking our foots off y'all's necks. So anyway, let's listen.
Be honest, Kanye, I honestly believe, is a gigantic troll. He's a contrarian. He's a provocateur. So like I said in the beginning of my last video, the Bad Baby video, he uploaded a t-shirt to his website with a swastika on it. He's selling that. I'm now on his website right now. I'm not sure where it is. I'm not sure if this is like a concept image he wanted to post to his Twitter to evoke erratic emotions from the general public. Like I said, he wanted to troll. He wanted to be a provocateur. It doesn't seem like it's actually on his website, though. He does have, the political t-shirts, White Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, you know how people feel about that. In my opinion, Black Lives Matters, White Lives Matter, Brown Lives Matter, every in life matters, bro. Whatever.
This is not the one that I wanted because I don't agree with him about that. There is another one I was watching. Hey, Dub Wagyu. I feel like I'm saying your name wrong. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'm trying to find the right video that I was listening to earlier. That was awesome. Let me see. Um, I hope I didn't lose it. Cause listen, the way the guy was breaking it down was so smart. I was just like, this is just. Let me see. I think I may have saved it. Let's see. I just want to watch later. Um, okay, maybe it's this one. I hope it's this one. So let me stop this one and open this other one. I think this is the one that I wanted to show. Hopefully.
this thing goes. He has a project dropping called Bully. And it seems like in light of what you think a bully may be, he's been trying to embody that through Jay Dilla. We're doing a story first about the dumbass Kanye West and him making these dumbass tweets today that has pissed off a lot of people.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
But what else is new? He has a project dropping. You know how this thing goes. He has a project dropping called Bully. And it seems like in light of what you think a bully may be, he's been trying to embody that through tweets.
So before we get too deep into it, A-Dub asked Chanel, who are you rooting for, the Chiefs or the Eagles? I'm conflicted. That's the Super Bowl, by the way. I'm conflicted because the Chiefs should not have won the game they played against the Texans. But the Mahomes guy, the quarterback, the refs, they just, I don't know if the refs in his pocket or whatever, they hauled at least 3 really terrible roughing the passer penalties. It was a whole bunch of shenanigans that went on during that game because we should have won. But anyways, the Chiefs are a really good team. They have a really good team in my opinion. And then, but the other thing I'm conflicted about is because I think the other team, the Eagles team, has a black quarterback and I can't remember, but I just want somebody brown to win. So, because I think Mahomes is partially black, is he biracial? I can't tell. I'm just hoping for a good game. Even though I'm tired, I need to get my life together and go to bed. I need to get some sleep. So Adub Wagley says his money is on the Eagles. You think so? You know, the Eagle fans they a whole ass trip, okay? The Eagle fans, you know you a trip when you throwing snowballs at Santa. Like who's throwing snowballs at Santa? Like, listen, those fans are some diehard fans, okay? Diehard fans. So you know, it's weird. Part of me does not want the Chiefs to win because I feel like we were cheated. Not that we would have even the Houston Texans. I feel like we were cheated, but not that we were cheated. Like not that we would have 100% gone all the way to the Super Bowl, but the way they protected that man and called like so many bad calls. Even the what do you call those people? I don't want to call them announcers, but you know what people I'm talking about. It's like even they were like, that was a bad call. Like if they're saying it and they're for the most part impartial, then you know it was a bad call. And there was a few of those. So, but this is the thing too. Like for me, I go up and down and I switch based on who's losing. So if someone is losing poorly and then they need a lot of grit and power and effort to come back, I want them to win. You know what I'm saying? If you fight your way all the way back, so I just be like, yes. So I'm really just hoping that there's a really good, fairly coached game. And I hope the refs don't be giving Mr. Mahomes, I think that's his name, all these free passes. Because somebody looked at him like I can't. But shout out to the quarterbacks because they do take some hits that I don't know. I ain't built like that for that. But anyways, okay. So back to and hey young Rizza. I feel like I always say your name wrong. Raez, aka Drip King. Thank you guys for coming by and joining me on my platform today. Please hit that like button. Let's get back into it. Okay.
Tweets, but before we get to the tweets, we're not going to step on the point that I first made, and that today was supposed to be a day where we celebrate Jay Dilla, a producer that has influenced your favorite producers and in fact even inspired Kanye West along his journey. I, for one, started the day off. I knew it was Dilla Day. I was excited to share some of my favorite records from him. But then, you know, I started seeing wind about these tweets that happened overnight when most of us were asleep. And I made a few tweets up here, and then someone responded to me and said, between Wayne, Snoop, and who else is crashing out? They even mentioned Ye. I said Kanye is crashing out today on Dilla Day. And I took that personal. To give you context about what the hell they have to do with each other, I mentioned that Dilla has been an inspiration to not just myself and many others, but Kanye as well. Look at what he says about the first time he met Dilla.
Did you ever meet Jay Dilla? Yes, I did. I met Jay Dilla at Common's crib, just down the street here in LA. They were staying together, and I just remember looking at that MPC and thinking, like, those drums came out of that MPC. You know, arguably the best drums in hip hop history. Just remember just vibing with him and having so much respect and just wanting to work with him more.
Seems like a very sober Kanye West, and I'm not here for any excuses today about mental health, about bipolarism, about even his latest thing, which I just feel like it's just, it bothers me as a parent of a son that is on the spectrum to hear him be able to self-diagnose and throw these terms like autism into the mix for an excuse for this dumbass behavior, an excuse for, and I'm pissed off too, because it's like I've grown up being a fan of this gentleman. He inspired me as an artist and producer, but damn it, bro, I'm telling you, between the last year, the OGs have been pissing niggas off like me, you know, and maybe it's partly our fault for holding him up in such a high light. But before we get to that, here's something else he says in terms of the influence of Jay Dilla on him.
An interesting story about you know, Finding Forever is when Dilla passed, and you know, when I made Finding Forever, when I chopped it up, I was trying to embody what I thought Jay Dilla would have did. So if you listen to The People and listen to that whole album, you know, Break My Heart, all the different songs on there, I was trying to embody the stuff that JD did. So just like super influence, you know.
What an interesting day to have such a stupid ass crash out. I'm gonna keep calling it dumbass shit for what it is. So to get a little bit of an idea about what tweets we're talking about, well, just like in true Kanye fashion, they varied. They varied from his wife to Adolf Hitler to Diddy and even more. But there's a few here that I think start to really expose some of the issues that we're not really hearing directly from the source, that at least I think lie at the foundation. In this tweet, he says, "Yay, who's your 5 baddest bees of all time? My wife, my wife, my wife, my wife, my wife." I mean, you know, he going to town for his wife. I get it. I know Chance the Rapper for sure got clowned for that, but that's neither here nor there. I used to be broke. Now I can't relate to brokenness and don't want to. That's odd. In this tweet, he says, "Anyone who's called my wife's Grammy look a stunt is dumb and lame. Yes, you. She been dressing naked for 2 years." Well, that wouldn't be dressing. That's, right. That's if you're naked, you're not dressed. Right. Now all of a sudden it's a stunt. Every single bee on the planet wish they had her bravery, body platform, and access to money, and a husband that supported their personal expression. There are a lot of things that had to converge for this moment to happen. Wow. He follows that up with, "Call me Adolf Hitler, and your B still want to F." I can't take it. I mean, where does the bravado, where does the narcissism start? Where does the marketing for a project end? Like, how are you kind of, where does the narcissism start? Where does the marketing for a project? He follows that up with, "Call me Adolf Hitler, and your B still want to F." I mean, where does the bravado, where does the narcissism start? Where does the marketing for a project end? Like, how are you kind of coming to terms with this? Because when I see this, all I see is a grown-ass child in the midst of this. As somebody who's defended him on occasions. Matter of fact, this last week, I was on Torre and King Green's platform, Rap Latte, talking about a theory that I saw where somebody said, well, possibly having his wife out there who is a Caucasian woman naked in front of all these, you know, powerful white men was him making a statement about, you know, how black bodies were sold in slavery. Not my theory, but a theory that was presented to me via an Instagram page that I couldn't find, unfortunately. But when I saw that, I was like, you know, Kanye has, you know, that crack music, nigga, that real black music. He's been known to be pretty damn conscious of these type of things, but it just seems like through his pursuit of you know, make it into billionaire status, his pursuit of entrepreneurism, somewhere along the lines, the revolution seemed to kind of get jumbled up with, you know, these obstructed views.
Let me just say this. Kanye is the definition of someone who believes their own hype. He's the definition of someone who, what is happening with my computer? He's the definition of someone who really, because people have gassed him up, because he does have he is a talented rapper, you know. He definitely is a hit maker, but he's in his mind, in my mind, the way from my perspective, he's lost touch with who he is. I mean, but he's been saying for at least what 15 years or so that he's a genius and he's this, that, and the third. And I mean, I guess if he's not a member of Mensa, he's probably not a genius. If you don't know what Mensa is, Google it. It's really a club of basically people who are have extremely high IQs. That's what Mensa is. But anyways, he's bought into his own fuckery. Like he really believes it's delusions. But see, this is the thing. So on one hand, I could say, okay, well, Kanye's delusional because of whatever, right? But then you would have, if you're gonna say he's delusional about this, then you would have to call into question all of the other things that he's been, able to do and get away with, or all of the things that people thought he was delusional. He wasn't even gonna. He would never make it as a big rapper or whatever, right? Even Jay-Z and Dame Dash, they didn't even believe in him. They were like, "Oh, you the guy that make beats. That's all you do." Like even still to this day, Dame Dash on his channel talking about, if I put you in this one category, you really never leave that category for me. It's like, Dame, stop it, because you are the. It's so crazy when he say shit like that. Sidebar, because Dame Dash is the epitome of I'm gonna have 14 different businesses going on, and I can be a boss and a mogul and this that, and the third, and I ain't mad at him. But I'm saying, how is it that when you talk about yourself, you can do 15 different things and be, a boss at all of them? But if Kanye made beats at one point and now has moved on to, rapping and whatever it is, clothing lines, I just see him as a beat guy. I'm just like, stop it. Like, I don't like all of this rent and all this fuckery that Kanye is engaging in. It's dangerous. It's absurd. It's sad. I mean, it's just fill in the blank with whatever horrible word you could fill in. And that's what this is, right? But to just try to put the man in one box, I'm gonna need you to sit down, Dame Dash. And I like you, Dame Dash, but I'm gonna just need you to sit down. Mostly because you lost all your wealth, you wasn't paying your child support or something, allegedly. So I just feel like that's his karma from sitting on that Breakfast Club talking about you not a man if you call another man boss. I was like, ooh, who is this arrogant ass narcissistic idiot? That was my first introduction to him. I never heard him speak before then. I think that was on the Breakfast Club a few years back. And so, listen, what happens in this life is those tables will turn on your ass. And so, I know Dame Dash is cyber right now, just like loving the fact that the dude that took his the dude that ran off with Rockefeller and took over, and I think he became, I don't know if he was the president or CEO or something like that. And for Dame Dash to like get to a certain level and then constantly go down and down and down and down, and then to watch Jay-Z keep elevating, I know that had to be frustrating to him because Jay-Z was shady and had some shady dealings with him allegedly. But okay, where was I going with that? I was talking about that and Kanye. I forgot. But anyway, so I think how do you convince someone that they're delusional when the things that people told them they couldn't do, they've done 1,000 times over? So Kanye, wasn't supposed to be a rapper, one of the greatest. He wasn't supposed to be able to have his own clothing line. This ninja didn't convince people to spend $1,000 on Yeezys or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't have Yeezys. They're ugly to me, but to each his own. He married one of the most well-known women on the planet, Kim Kardashian. So, like, for all of the people that were going, they're like, the doubters and the naysayers and all those people, it's like, how do you reconcile and tell this man, no, sit your ass down somewhere, stop making all of these outlandish, racist, misogynistic statements. Shut the hell up. How do you tell someone to do that and that they can't just do and say whatever they want when he keeps winning, doing and saying whatever he wants. It's kind of like Donald Trump. Think about it. Why would Donald Trump ever think that he couldn't run for president again? Why would he think that? They already hired him with all of the crazy bullshit that he's done over his career and lifetime. And clearly people didn't give a shit. And so now here we are again with this idiot as our, anyway, don't get me started. So I think it would be difficult to convince Kanye that he's wrong about anything. Who's gonna tell him? He got all the money in the world. He got all the fame in the world. You know, he has all the influence in the world. Who's gonna tell him that he can't when he clearly keeps doing it, whatever it is? And to me, whatever it is whatever the fuck he want to do, essentially. So, like I said, I don't think he's taking his medication, because when you have a mental disorder and they're prescribing you some sort of medication, a psychotropic drug to manage your mental health, it's a mental restraint, right? So if you think about someone who has bipolar and they may suffer from major depression, right? And then they get antipsychotic, or they get some sort of medication to help them get through the major depressive state. What happens is it's mentally restraining you. So things that you would probably normally do without the medication, and I'm not saying this works right or is good for anyone to take or otherwise. I'm just saying, giving you an example. Go seek out your own psychiatrist, right? For medical help. But what happens is you take this pill, let's say for someone who's bipolar, and it mentally restrains you. So what you would have normally done in your major depressive episode is most likely you would have sat in the bed and cried all day and thought life was over and there was hopeless and feel helpless and all of those things, and cry a lot. When you have certain psychotropic drugs, it mentally restrains you. You can't even cry. You're like, I'm so sad, and you can't even be that. So that's what I'm saying. It's like when someone has a disorder like bipolar disorder that Kanye says he has, typically people that have that type of disorder, especially mania, you're not gonna convince them otherwise. And they feel like less, they don't feel in control of themselves, and they're not, because like I said, you're taking these psychotropic drugs, it's going to mentally restrain you, your emotions and all of that. So that's how come you can see people, they get on some sort of medication, and then they are able to, focus or, return back to their normal behavior and patterns in the personality return and all that kind of stuff. So, oh, Kanye, I can't give him no pass. Not with the continued fuckery. I just can't. So let's see. Oh, he said my money's on the Eagle. Oh, A.W. Wiggly is laughing at me. Okay, let's see what else he says. Man, that Kanye is a crazy man. He is. And I hate to say that, because it's not one of the terms I would use, for people, but it's so disgusting, the things that he's saying. It's so disgusting. I cannot. It's beyond disgusting. And the thing that's worse, that's so bad about it, there's just so many things, but it's like the people that are not brown like us are going to look at him and think one or two things. Either A, that's why we don't, rock with black people, or B, he's that token black guy that we can bring on on Fox News or wherever. And, so he can spew ignorant rhetoric for his masses and their masses of people that are going to be listening to it. And it's very unfortunate. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
Views of Christianity, the ones that he's kind of mixed together to fit his ego, and then also to meet these very Eurocentric ways of thinking about power. Nonetheless, we're not even done here. Keep it going. I'm going to normalize talking about Hitler the way they talk about killing Nias. has been normalized. No comments were viewed. Boy, oh boy. I don't care if it's marketing. This is disgusting. No comments were viewed while I've been tweeting. I ain't adjusting nothing. I do or say for anybody who has enough time on their hands to sit and talk about what the F I write, positive or negative. Your opinions don't mean ish to me. I don't give a F what anyone likes. Everything I do or make is self-serving. I make everything for myself. If you don't like it, I don't give a F. If you like it, I don't give a F. I mean, it's a man child. Man child has the right to say whatever he wants to do. He's a billionaire. Who can tell him anything? You can't tell me nothing, right? He's been saying this. Got it. I'm hands down better at music than anyone ever.
Wow.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for car insurance.
I'm going to get there with clothing and then with homes and cities, and I'm going to talk my ish the entire time. You know, people have championed his independence, but it seems like when he's too understood, he tries his best to be contrarian and be misunderstood. It's like this obsession with being sort of punk rock of rap.
Right.
Which, by the way, I would say he kind of took that from Lil B, if you ask me. That's a Lil B gameplay. But, you know, out the Lil B playbook, if you ask me. I can say Jew as much as I want. I can say Hitler as much as I want. Matter of fact, I do it when I want. Fucking man child, bro. I just tweeted everything I could think of and I'm still alive. It's like a child is operating his body like that one enemy in the Ninja Turtles with the brain, Dr. whatever, Mr. Brain. And he's just, yeah, I'm Kanye West. I don't take photos except for when I take photos. I turned down 3 photos this week with Make-A-Wish kids in wheelchairs. Some of this stuff you can obviously tell that this is meant to be talked about. This is meant to bring all the attention. My question is this: what type of attention from what type of people? And how many of those people intend to buy something from this man? Or how many of those people are reminded of why they stopped supporting him to begin with?
Somebody gonna have to tell it.
But hey, when you're rich, you're always right because you made more money than the niggas that criticize you. That's how that goes. Stupid ass behavior, if you ask me. Next, he says, I'm a Nazi. Let's see if y'all give that money back. Talking about the money from Fox. So I guess he paid for some ad space during the Grammys. He wants to see if they'll give it back. He says, I love Hitler. Now what, bitches? Like, you don't even sound like a child. You sound like a Caucasian child. You sound like that little boy who went viral years and years ago for drinking hot, what was it, iced coffee and hot Cheetos?
Pick your lazy ass up, go to the store and get hot Cheetos and buy like 6 of them and just drink the fuck out of it. Damn, that shit good.
You sound like a little Caucasian white boy. You didn't even sound like a child, like a black child. You sound like a Caucasian child. I don't give a F how many people you killed or if you went to jail. Going to jail is a very achievable goal. Niggas sold all their drugs and still got rap for a living.
Wow.
I want you to play a game with me because I tried this morning. Try to read this from the perspective of a white man and see how you would feel. And this is not trying to be divisive because I know there's so many allies on this channel who understand the problematic nature of this and maybe even some folks that you happen to share a race with. This is not about that. But just try to read this from like a billionaire white man that says, try to read that from this perspective and see how you feel. I don't need or want celebrity support. Every celebrity is broke. Talking to you, you can't do shit but lose me money. No rich nigga is truly funny. Being funny is for broke niggas who want to distract you from the fact that they broke and trying to get bitches to F for free.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. Fuck Virgil, he says.
Who's Virgil?
For album rollout, you think this is justified? For those of you that are coming in the comments coping, you think this is just okay. I agree with everything he said except for this. That's where you draw the line. A partner of his who has championed him, a partner that obviously meant so much to him, even though he got that Louis Vuitton position that Kanye wanted, he breaks down when he sees him in the runway. A friend of his that passed away. This is how do you come to grips with this? Continue. He says, you know, the only thing worse than effing for money, effing for free. I pay niggas and bitches to laugh at my jokes. Never meet your heroes. He's doing the same tug of war he always does. He gets you riled up, and he takes you from two extremes of the emotion, and then he creates music that remember the angel that was pushed out of heaven had the ability to make music. It's like he uses music as his way to bring people back into his positive graces. I'm just saying, that's the way that I'm reading it. He says, never meet your heroes. I agree with that one. I don't even know what the F anti-Semitic means. It's just some bullshit Jewish people made up to protect their bullish. Was that the right there? Was that the right? My support of Puff is completely selfish. Oh, yeah. He decided he wants to now defend Puff. After the video of him putting and laying hands on Cassie, after all the allegations that have already came out, after all the artists, even before the allegations that told you how shitty of a businessman he is, how predatory of a businessman he is, he decides that he wants to put out a collaboration for Sean John. I'm not going to put this up here because I'm not putting that shit up here, but I'm just saying this to say, this is the time that you want to jump up. It's the same thing he did when he decided at the most heated time in the country that you want to throw on a MAGA hat and go dap up Trump at a time where folks is looking at him like, yo, what you mean? Why are you dog whistling? And you jump up and you say, I'll be the nigga to jump up and do it. Don't worry about it. I got it. Black folks will listen to me as long as I can bring a gospel choir on a plane. You know, all you got to do to get to these black folks is talk real religious to them. We see right through this shit, bro. This shit is getting old. 47 years old, billionaire. You need to watch a movie called Living Large, where the character has aspirations for becoming rich, and he gets there by being a news anchor. And then one day he looks up and then he starts looking in the mirror and he's shocked to see he doesn't see the black man he once saw. He becomes actually a white man inside of the mirror, but not just a white man, but he becomes one that he looks at himself and say, man, I've lost where I've come from. I lost my identity. I lost, what people took pride in when they talked about me and brought me up. Let's continue because we got time today. He says, my support of Puff is completely selfish. I need to find whoever been trying out black moguls. This ain't about black moguls being taken down. No. This is about behavior that needs to be punished.
Correct.
Nobody is above it. It's so funny to hear, the black moguls are being attacked. But I look at Kanye and I realize he's addicted to 4 Ps. He's addicted to porn. He's addicted to power. He's addicted to pressure. He loves the pressure of being a contrarian. And then the last P is, of course, prestige. He loves telling you the things that he's able to do in his own independence. See, that's the independence, the DIY. DIY. I do not support. I don't support that. I don't want to become independent so I can become like the oppressors, so that I can do the same thing with the power that was abusive when they took it on. I don't want to become them. I want to be able to launch upon my ideas without abusing my power to talk down on people who don't have it, to abuse them in the way that maybe perhaps he got abused in this industry. Nasty word. I don't want to go to your fancy restaurants. Ramen noodles and Doritos was made for a reason. He's just saying shit at this point. I'm racist. Stereotypes exist for a reason, and they all be true. I don't listen to rap. I don't know who the F is rapping anymore. Miles is my favorite artist. I'm a 47 billionaire. Why the F would I listen? Let me change the voice. I don't listen to rap. I don't know who the F is rapping anymore. Miles is like my favorite artist. I'm a 47-year-old billionaire. Why the F? When I listen to rap, there's not one piece of information in rap that benefits my agenda or helps me get money. I don't want to hear anybody spin that either into he's speaking like the label. Open up your third eye, Curtis. He's speaking like he's a label exec. He's really sticking it. No. It's about selling your own records as an independent artist or pseudo independent artist. And the shit is nasty work. Amongst all the things he said, because he goes on and on. I don't want to make this video all about that. I think one thing that was really, 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 really interesting, because sometimes it's just as simple about trying to figure out what the source of someone's frustration. Why at this point, somebody who could drop music anytime he wants and people would show up for him, why would you resort to such, childish antics. I know it's work for you, but you're somebody who values creativity. You're somebody that values innovation, being the first to things, right? That's why he's talking about AI as if it's auto-tune. I'm not even going to get into that, but he said, I stood up for Puff, and I'm still winning 20 Grammys next year and doing the Super Bowl.
Wait.
Well, that's interesting. Who just won 5 Grammys for Not Like Us, and who's doing the Super Bowl in a few days? Oh, that would be Kendrick Lamar. It's like he values being the anti, he values being the bully, he values being the contrarian, but he also wishes, or he values the position that he sees the praise and that was once given to him, especially in his graduation late registration era, was once given to him. He's looking at this guy over here and he's like, no, you guys are not talking about me enough. I hate it here, bro. This shit is childish. But we're living in a different time, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't give a shit if he respond. I hope this nigga's watching. I really hope you watching. You a fucking clown, bro. This shit is clownish. You too old to be acting like that, bro. When I was younger, this shit was exciting. This shit was like, damn, bro. Like he's really saying whatever he wants. Now that shit is coming off as cornball activity. And this is from somebody who's been a diehard, somebody who was like, man, I wish I would have went to the Glow in the Dark tour. Man, as a rapper producer, he inspires me. Now, nigga, I don't care if it's for marketing. This shit is fucking clownish. King Green, could you please dissect these tweets in a way that most of us are reading it?
Breaking news. Kanye don't give a damn about your black ass. Let me translate his latest rant. I don't listen to Negro music. I don't know who the hell is rapping anymore because y'all's monkey music for you monkeys.
Wait.
Oh, what are the kids like? Unimiles? Yeah, that's my favorite thing. Because the kids like it. Unimiles is amazing, though. That Unimiles is hilarious.
No, Unimiles is funny. He's funny as hell. It ain't his choice that he got chose by somebody he probably look up to.
This line right here. I am white now. Why would I listen to rap? Because I am white now.
Wow.
How would listening to a bunch of Negro music increase my money? I hate how you Negroes dress. I hate you Negroes. I've been using the black community since the inception.
What does that tweet say? I'm a user. I only have people around me that are useful. If you can't be used, then you're useless. He said this in his glow in the dark pamphlet one time, and I thought it was a pretty cool quote. But now in this context, it makes me understand how narcissistic this nigga really is. Interesting.
Why the hell you think I like y'all? I literally said when he get on, he gonna leave you for a white girl. I told y'all what I was gonna do. I have fooled everybody with music. I will now fool everybody with clothing, build cities and everything. I'm going to fool the world. And this one says, Massa, please help me. They have kicked me off of Mark Zuckerberg's internet.
Okay, I might have got too crazy. Elon, you understand me, Elon? We might be both allegedly on the spectrum. By the way, like I said, do not use that shit as an excuse. I hate it. I hate it. If someone with a child on the spectrum, it is such a gross misuse of that. It is you making an excuse for you just being an asshole, no matter what your particular mental situation is. You're just an asshole. You're just a self-serving asshole, and you recognize it. You have self-awareness. It's not that you're just wired differently. It's just a one-layer excuse. Y'all know what you're doing because you're using it to sell for millions and millions and millions of dollars of merchandise, of physical music, of now streaming, of all these different things. I just look at this shit like, wow. So when I brought that point up about Kendrick Lamar and him possibly maybe even being jealous of all the attention that Kendrick is getting, Tisha, someone who follows me here on Twitter, said, wait, so is this tyrannical meltdown because someone we know, love, and lift up is about to do the Super Bowl and having the greatest run in hip hop ever, and it ain't about him? Is that so far-fetched to believe? Well, I said sometimes the abundance of love for someone in their moment can bring out the ugliness in others, especially when they may view them as the little homie.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
I've seen it firsthand my damn self. Then it's proceeded to inspire some tweets that I want to go ahead and put up and kind of explain here along the way. Thank you once again for watching. Let's take a little second to do this. Hey, yo, DIYer, if you're enjoying this content, please don't forget to hit the like button. It helps this video and this channel get discovered by new people. I appreciate you. Now back to the video.
Absolutely.
So in this tweet, I said so many OGs in rap that I used to look up to growing up are becoming nothing short of embarrassing. I think about Snoop. I think about this Lil Wayne situation, him having a press conference for him doing a sensitive skin commercial with Cetaphil or whatever that company is to announce the Carter 6 on a Thursday before the Super Bowl. He mentions the Super Bowl so he can siphon energy and attention away from this moment, which is the greatest run. Lil Wayne had a legendary run. Kanye had a legendary run. Snoop had a legendary run. But it just seems like everybody is doing shit that is taking away the narrative. It's like how they feel on the inside, they can't help but show it on the outside in their actions. I'm looking at their actions, not just their words. I finished this by saying, just serving as a constant reminder that none of us really know these motherfuckers.
Period.
We don't.
Have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
End of story. We don't. So, like I said, go and check out his channel. I not have his Curtis King Reacts. I think that's his channel. Go hit all his like buttons and notification buttons and all of those things and support his channel. You can go finish watching the video on his channel. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here because I'm still tired. Because I slaved over this seafood pot pie, honey, and it's so good, right? But no, I'm tired. I need to go lay down. And I have a big day tomorrow. I got a lot going on, so I need to get my rest. I need to hang up all of these clothes that I bought, child. So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel. This is my reality. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit the notification button. These are ways that are free and easy to support my channel. And so if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, much love. Well, much love to either of you, but much love. Remember, everything on Chanel's Reality is, in my opinion, is for entertainment purposes only, and it's all alleged. Period. End of story. Okay? Because I don't know these people. I wasn't there. Okay? All right. Talk to you later, guys. Y'all have a good rest of your Sunday evening, and I will see you next time. Bye.